Ballpark, Frank Lotus Broadcasting with Chael Sonnen hosting the MMA Awards, and of course got a big fight coming up here. Now, you hosted the awards last year, and you know a lot of people were kind of on the edge of their seat because they never know what you're going to say. What's in store for this year's award show? Because I know that you're always a soundbite waiting to happen.
Well, I'm just here to present awards, and you know this is as big and as important as it gets in this industry. There's nothing bigger than receiving an award that's elected by your peers, by the fans, by the people of the industry. So. Yeah, it's by no means my night. I will give out awards to the people that deserve them and have earned them, and I'm happy to do so.
Are you excited about co-hosting with Molly Kim?
Yeah, Molly Kim, I love working with her. This is our second time together, and she's a consummate professional. She was trained over at ESPN. She's one of Karen Portley's gals. He's the same guy that brought me into the industry. So, yeah, I always learn from her.
Now, how's the training camp going and everything, getting ready for your big fight?
I haven't started. Training camp will start towards the end of February. I'm working hard every day, a couple times a day, but not the intensity of a training camp yet.
How do you see that fight going when it does happen, you and John Jones? I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. There's been some controversy about it, but I know as an MMA fan, I want to see it.
Yeah, all I can tell you is I'm better than John Jones. I'm better than Sean Combs. I'm even better than John Holmes.
All right, Chael Sonnen here with us. I know there's a lot of people waiting to talk to you. Real quick, outside of the fights that you're involved in, if there's one fight you could see in 2013, what would it be?
Oh, in 2013, a fight I'd like to see. Boy, let me think for just a second. I love this game. I play this all the time, but every time somebody asks me about it, I've got to think for just a minute. You know what? Cain Velasquez and Alistair Overeem are going to meet up. I'm a fan of the heavyweight division, I think, as everybody is. And that match has been a long time needing to happen. And frankly, even Junior Dos Santos versus Alistair Overeem, that match has also been pining to happen. I'd like to see also Chris Weidman get his shot at some big-name guys and go from there.
What do you think about Ronda Rousey coming to the UFC, now a women's division, and also Strikeforce's final card tomorrow? How does that impact the MMA world?
Well, first off, Ronda's awesome. And, you know, she's the world champion. She's an Olympics bronze medalist, which is about as pure and real as it possibly gets in athletics. And she did all of that. Ronda is an absolute story of success. And she's a co-member of Bad Guys, Inc., headed up by yours truly.
All right, well, there you go, Chael Sonnen. Congratulations on hosting the show again tonight, and good luck in your upcoming fight.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And good luck getting yourself a real microphone. I know you guys are a little startup organization, but you stay after it. It'll come your way.
We do what we got to do.
All right.
You know. Ballpark Frank here with Uriah Faber, Lotus Broadcasting. Uriah, the California kid. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. This is cool. I'm always pumped to be here at this event. It's so cool to see how far the sports come, and this is kind of a representation of that. And just going to enjoy the festivities.
Yeah, you know, now we've known each other for a long, long time. Go way back to the WEC days. And remember the first time I met you, you were sick as a dog, and you still went in and won that fight. You've always been one of my favorite fighters. In fact, you could tell I was a little tongue-tied there at the start of the interview. But how's everything going, and what's on the horizon for you? Because, man, we'd love to see you back in a cage.
I've actually got a date, February 23rd. I'm fighting Ivan Menjivar, the Pride of El Salvador out of Canada. And this is actually a rematch from 2006. Kind of have some unfinished business. It was should have been a no contest, but it was a disqualification, and I'm looking forward to doing that. And you know, I've got a whole team full of guys that are fighting as well, so pretty pumped.
Well, you guys always have a whole bunch of guys in Team Alpha Male. Every time I see any card here, if it's a tough enough card, if it's an amateur card, if anything, I mean, you're always here. You're not only one of the best fighters and most exciting guys out there, you're a great ambassador for the sport and a great teammate as well.
Yeah, I think. You know, I really get a kick out of seeing guys do big things, especially, you know, guys like Joseph Benavidez, Chad Mendez, guys that I've known for a long time and kind of seen from the beginning all the way through the end is really cool. So as an ambassador, I'm just trying to be myself and do what's best for the sport and have fun.
How are things at Team Alpha Male right now?
They're awesome. We actually just had Dwayne Ludwig made the final move a couple days ago, and he's our new head coach, in addition to the awesome coaching staff that we have already with you know, Dustin Akbari, Master Tong, Fabio Prado, and all the guys that have been helping out that are fighters as well. So it's really nice to have the final piece to our team.
Now, I've known you long enough that when you were the California Kid, you were actually still kind of a kid.
Yeah.
You're a little bit older now, but how much longer do you see yourself staying in the fight business? I know you're always going to be involved in it some way or another, but how many more fights do you have under your belt?
You know what? I'm not a great planner, so I'm probably gonna to just take that as it comes. I think a couple more years, probably 3 to 4 more years. But then you got guys like my good buddy Dan, who just knocking people out at 40 plus years of age, and it's kind of inspiring. So I'm just gonna take it as it comes and enjoy it.
Do you want another title shot?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm here to fight to be the best, and I think I'm right there with the guys. Just make some small adjustments, get a couple of big wins, and I'll be right in there.
You just got to stop breaking those damn hands, man.
Yeah, breaking hands and getting legs battered up. There's been all sorts of little injuries, ribs, but it's all good. That's our sport.
All right, outside of yourself, if there's any fight that you could see in 2013, what would be your ultimate fight for the upcoming year?
Man, those super fights that everybody's been talking about would be great. Jose Aldo and Frankie Edgar is going to happen already, so that's a big one. But I think George St. Pierre Anderson or Anderson and Bones Jones, those would be great fights. Chael and Bones is going to be a good one too. It's going to be nice right after the reality show.
Do you think that Chael's got a good shot against him? Because, after the fight with, he loses to Anderson Silva, but then he gets a title shot a weight class up. That's pretty much unprecedented in the MMA world.
Yeah, it comes down to whether you guys think that John Bones Jones and Anderson Silva are going to be a good fight. Because if Anderson Silva has a chance against Bones and Chael had a great chance against Anderson, MMA math makes sense that it could make for a good fight. But you really never know. Chael's been training as long as I can remember since I've been in the sport to be the best, and he's a wrestler with a great pedigree of wrestling. So you don't count a guy like that out.
All right, well, I really appreciate the time. Looking forward to seeing you in the ring again. I would be remiss if I did not ask you how your sister Michaela's doing.
Michaela's doing awesome. She had a small issue where she's going to have some more constructive surgery, but cognitively and physically she's incredible, so we're really lucky.
And I'd like to thank you for not making me shave my head when I offered to do it way back then.
It's all good, man. It's all good. We got to keep this long hair going.
All right, buddy. Well, I got to get you on the show again here soon, too, man.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Uriah Faber, the California Kid, one of the best and most exciting fighters ever in the MMA world. Ballpark Frank Lotus broadcasting with Dan Henderson. Now, Dan, first off, thank you very much for the time at the MMA Awards here tonight. I know that you're very busy. A lot of people waiting to talk to you, and I appreciate you stopping by and talking to us for a second.
No worries.
Now, the upcoming fight with Chael Sonnen and John Bones Jones, a lot of people looking forward to it, some controversy. When you look at that fight, do you look at it as like, man, come on, that's supposed to be my fight?
No, I don't look at it that way. I just look at it, as it is what it is. He's not a top 10 guy at that weight class fighting the champ, and it's not a last-minute thing. So, it's something that wasn't earned, but, I'm sure there was reasoning and motives behind it, but I'm just like any other fan that can see that. So,
well, talking sells a lot, and Chael does sell tickets, but I would imagine that you're chomping at the bit to get the winner.
It doesn't. I'm not going to wait around for a fight anymore. I'm going to be active this year. I'm going to, hopefully fight 3 times this year. So, if the timing doesn't work out, I'll beat somebody else up.
Now, of course, you have the distinction. You at one time held a belt at both 185 and 205. But I don't think you want to go make that cut anymore at your age now down to 185 anymore, right? You're pretty solid at 205.
Yeah, I'd rather just stay at 205.
All right, what do you think about the Strikeforce last card tomorrow night here? How does that impact the sport? Because a lot of fighters from Strikeforce might be coming over to UFC after tomorrow.
I think it's a bit sad to see that happen once again to another organization that the UFC buys. But I don't know. Obviously they're in the business to make money. If it's not doing that, then they're going to shut it down. So it's just unfortunate for the fighters.
Did you ever think that MMA would get this big, and how much bigger can it go?
I don't know how much bigger it can go, but I knew that it would be pretty big. The sport sells itself. It's just a matter of getting people to watch it, and that's what's been happening with the Spike deal, with the Fox deal. So,
did you ever think you'd live long enough to see a women's division in the UFC? And what do you think of Ronda Rousey?
She's tough. I enjoy watching her just like anybody else. So it's they're entertaining. They get out there and scrap. But that's probably a question you should ask Dana.
All right. If there's one fight that you could see in 2013, what would it be? Making you the matchmaker here.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, well, I know you want a title fight, but if not that, is there anybody that you have on your radar, or are you just saying, give me the contract and let me get back in there?
Yeah, I just want to fight the top guys. So right now it's Machida. I beat him. If it's not for a title fight, then it's the number one contender. I don't care.
Now, do you feel like you're one of the guys that's still holding down that old guard regime out there because you're a veteran of the sport? You're a little bit older than a lot of these kids today, but you're still a hell of a fighter. I mean, you kind of remind me of a small version of Randy Couture, the way that you guys are just incredible, the way that you can just keep going and going.
I don't know. I just keep working and doing what I do and learning and improving and hopefully my body can stay together for a couple more years.
Well, your body has stayed together very well, and you've knocked other people's body apart a little bit, but wish you all the best, and I'd love to see you get that title shot because you really deserve it, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.